So with the release of the next mainline Sonic title growing less distant as each month goes on, Sega thought it'd be a good idea to do a month long of Frontiers news, which started at the beginning of June, and included a bunch of brand new footage, teasers, and even first impressions and interviews from IGN. Not to mention, we also have Summer Games Fest and the new event Summer Games Fest Play Days, which is an in-person event where demos of certain AAA games are being featured there, like Street Fighter 6, Cuphead, and among the many different titles on the show floor, Sonic Frontiers has a playable demo there. Though for some reason, Sega doesn't want us seeing any of this footage yet. They even got their whole goon squad guarding the booth and making sure no one captures footage of the game. You even have to have an appointment to play the game, and you have to sign an NDA, which is a bit odd to me, considering how reverse Sega has been with the marketing of Frontiers. Like, at this point, it could be considered negative marketing. Like, bro, we're so starved for content that we're literally picking apart pixels for any morsel of content. Like, it doesn't get any worse than this. Analyzing footage that looks like it was recorded off of a Nokia. Though, from what people who have attended the event are saying, the game is really shaping up to be promising. It's been getting overwhelmingly positive reception from those who have played it. But I guess that's not really the point right now. Why go through all of that exposition and useless explanation? Well, that's because among the lineup of new Frontiers content shown off, we've gotten an interview with the head of Sonic Team himself, Takeuchi Iizuka, and how, quote-unquote, Sonic Frontiers came to be an open zone game. And he had some interesting things to say about the game, so why don't y'all take a listen.
前からソニックのことを好きだった方はもうすごい大人になってるし、若い映画とかで新しく入った若いファンの方もいると思うんですけども、これからのソニックブランドっていうのはやはりその若い子から大人まで両方をこれからもゲームタイトルやその他メディアでフォローしていきたいと思っています。そのための、今回のタイトル陣ですけども、まず6月にソニックオリジンズが出ます。これはまさしく、昔遊んだソニックを遊んだ方から新しくソニックをこれから始めようという方までまさに最適な、ソニックのオリジンズとなるゲームタイトルですね。でそれから今回のソニックフロンティアのようにもう 3D ソニックを遊び尽くした方にもがさらに新しい驚きが発見できるような新しいタイトルっていうのも作り続けていきますので、これからはそういうふうにタイトルごとにターゲット層を分けてこれからもソニックファンの方に作品を届けていきたいなと思っています。もちろん私は過去のインタビューでも答えたことがあるんですけども、ソニックアドベンチャーシリーズをいつか継続させたいっていう思いはあります。で、ソニックアドベンチャーでもアドベンチャーフィールドという、小さなオープンなスペースがありましたけども、そういった技術も、今回のフロンティアにこう生かされてきているのかなと。なので次のタイトルのことはまだ考えてないですけども、このソニックフロンティアの技術を使ってソニックアドベンチャーシリーズをまだできたらいいなとは個人的には思っています。
Two things that definitely caught my attention was how Iizuka said that the game was not only going to appeal to veteran 3D Sonic players, but how the original SA1 helped them execute some techniques that were used in Frontiers, and how Iizuka at some point would love to continue the adventure series. And reading those lines struck a chord with me because it made me wonder, what if Sonic Frontiers ends up being this huge stepping stone for future 3D Sonic titles, similarly to how the classics were a huge stepping stone for the adventure games back in the day. I genuinely think that if this game does well, it could realistically set the foundation for future 3D Sonic titles. And let me tell you why this might end up being a really good thing. Now, Iizuka states that, quote-unquote, I would hope that all the work that we put into Sonic Frontiers can be used to make another Sonic adventure game sometime. Now, let's go back to Frontiers for a second. What do we know about this game so far? The fact that it's introducing this new, quote-unquote, open zone formula for exploration that takes a lot of cues from the adventure fields that were displayed in Sonic Adventure and by proxy, Sonic 06, and maybe if you want to stretch it, Sonic Unleashed. and the alleged traditional Sonic stages that we most commonly know as the cyberspace stages, which take the form of your traditional linear Sonic stage that you'd see in a game like Unleashed and Generations. This ultimately lays down the foundation for future 3D Sonic titles and even a potential Adventure 3. With the open zone formula being treated as a sandbox playground for Sonic to explore, run around, and to fight the overworld enemies, mini-bosses, and actual bosses, while providing the player with a fun skill tree to learn and master, upgradable speed, and everything of the sort. In future games, these quote-unquote open zone areas can be expanded to not only be just open fields with things to do like grind on rails, complete puzzles, and fight enemies, but could also potentially house areas like large cities, bustling full of life, and the quote-unquote Sonic aesthetic type of areas like Green Hill Zone. Imagine this, being able to start off in an area like South Island, maybe Green Hill Zone, and then going to an area like a city or perhaps one of those industrial Eggman factories like Chemical Plant or Oil Ocean, or hell, even Metropolis. Fighting enemies like Badniks and bosses in the overworld and expanding upon your combat and overworld moveset, while also being able to have a lot of things to do in the overworld besides just fighting enemies. Similarly to Unleashed or 06, where the map could host not only collectibles, but also challenges and mini-games that you could complete to unlock new collectibles, abilities, new areas to explore, and even stages to go through. Though I will say that some areas of the open zone should definitely and would more than likely benefit from taking inspiration from the design tropes that we're familiar with in traditional Sonic levels, such as corkscrews, slopes, and loop-de-loops. While the traditional Sonic stages exist within these open zone areas of the game, where you can still pretty much enjoy the high-speed platforming action that you would get from games like Sonic Adventure, Adventure 2, Sonic Unleashed, and Generations, with something of a main objective. Like for instance, even though it's mostly get from point A to point B, maybe the objective would be to find the Chaos Emeralds, for instance. Similarly to Sonic Adventure 1, Sonic Heroes, and even Sonic 3 to an extent, where the objective could be to find a key or an entrance to the special zone before getting to point B. This new formula for the series could also introduce some really awesome set pieces into future games, which in my opinion would go so hard. Now in this segment of the video, which mind you isn't going to be that long, I'm going to be doing a little bit of speculation in terms of what they could potentially do given if Frontier succeeds. Now hear me out just for a second. If Frontier succeeds, what they could do, but probably won't given it isn't that likely, is revive the Sonic Adventure 1 and Sonic Adventure 2 remakes. Develop and eventually release those as one package, similarly to the Crash N. Sane Trilogy compilation. Then given the success of those, if they're received well, they could begin development on a potential Sonic Adventure 3, using the foundation that Frontiers laid out and expanding upon that further with SA3, while also taking some core elements from past games to refine the gameplay and to make it something that we as fans would heavily enjoy.
No way!
While we still have much more to see of Sonic Frontiers, it's really shaping up to have promise and to be one of Sonic's most ambitious departures in a while. Of course, there's still some refining and work that needs to be done for Frontiers to be the best that it can be, but I truly believe that this game will be something special for the series and change how it's handled moving forward. This game is the future of Sonic. There's certainly a lot more ideas I've had for this video, but those will have to be saved for another video that I have coming up. Certainly tell me what you all think about Sonic Frontiers in the comment section down below. Do you all think it'll be good or otherwise? Let me know what you're thinking. Start a discussion. As always, be sure to go ahead and leave a like, and since you're still here, you might as well subscribe as well as push that post notifications button, so that way you all don't miss any future updates from the channel, which include gaming videos, discussions, video essays, reactions, streams, and more. But for now, I'm gonna call it a video. It's been Shibo. See you all. Have a great day. Peace out. And take care.
Count what you have now. Don't count what you don't have.